from birth to the age 2, nutrition shapes what we call the gut microbiome. Well, that's the beneficial bacteria living inside of the gut. And the microbiome shapes our immune health, our brain development, and our metabolism, how we utilize sugar and how we maintain a healthy weight and how our brain functions and how our hormones are going to be balanced. Here's a few of the foundational principles that set the stage for maximizing health in the first 2 years of life. First of all, breastfeeding is paramount. It's the ideal food for infants. Not formulas, breastfeeding. And research shows that it's linked to lower rates of chronic disease later in life. And then avoiding unnecessary antibiotics. I can't tell you how many children are getting multiple antibiotics for ear infections and throat infections and bronchial infections, and they're getting them unnecessarily. When you get your child to get breastfed milk and to eat whole foods during those first 2 years, and you're making sure that you're not having them eat allergy foods, because a lot of children are developing allergies early on in life because they're eating a lot of processed foods and they're stressing out their gut and developing these allergic responses. So making sure that you're working with a functional medicine physician to make sure that the child is not developing these food allergies, and to get the child off of the foods that are high allergy foods is very, very important. And you can use herbs and other natural supplements instead of having to rely on antibiotics all the time. Because when you take those antibiotics, just even one course of them, sometimes it'll take years and sometimes not even be able to restore all the beneficial bacteria. So getting alternatives to antibiotics, especially if it's not something that's serious, like pneumonia or something like that. If your child has, the beginning of a throat irritation or the beginnings of a pain in the ear, you could use herbs very effectively, and they work very quickly. Again, working with a natural doctor is important. And then introducing a variety of whole foods early on in life to get a diverse diet, chock full of fruits and vegetables and whole grains and fish and minimal amounts of animal proteins. This is going to reduce the allergy risks. And then staying away from dairy, from cow's milk. Now, if you want to have your child eat some dairy, get it from sheep or goat milk products. They provide the same type of protein that mother's milk provides. It's called A2 protein. And when you get cow's milk from these cows that are bred and genetically modified and all kinds of things that are done with farming today of dairy farmers, you're going to get this what's called A1 milk. And that is a bad protein that causes a lot of allergies. So either stay away from dairy or use goat milk and sheep milk products, and that's going to be much better. And rotate those foods and don't have them every day. So it's not about chasing, unreachable goals and unattainable goals. It's about building a healthy lifestyle, a safe environment for those early years for the child to develop. There was a research paper published in Nature Medicine found that infants with diverse gut bacteria by age 1, they had a stronger immune system and they had fewer allergies and fewer infections of the ear and bronchial systems. And that was found by age 5. If those children had followed those principles and had that healthy gut bacteria, formed inside of their gut, then they had fewer symptoms of these allergy reactions.